U.S. President Joe Biden traveled to Philadelphia, the birthplace of American democracy, to highlight what he says is an existential threat.
We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. That's not hyperbole. Since the Civil War. The Confederates, back then, never breached the Capitol, as insurrectionists did on January the 6th.
Biden says American democracy is under assault by Republicans who refuse to accept the 2020 presidential election results and even tried to overturn it.
The big lie is just that, a big lie. 2020 election. It's not hyperbole, it suggests the most examined and the fullest expression of the will of the people in the history of this nation.
When that failed, he says his political opposition turned to Republican state legislatures to pass restrictions, making it harder for voters to cast a ballot in the future.
They want to make it so hard and inconvenient that they hope people don't vote at all. That's what this is about.
At least 14 Republican-controlled states have enacted laws that restrict voting access. They say the measures combat widespread voter fraud they claim was prevalent in 2020. Texas is the latest state to restrict voting. Texas Democrats fled to Washington, D.C. to stop a vote on a proposed law that they say would make it harder to cast a ballot. Measures Biden is under pressure to stop.
If you make a commitment to say you're going to do this or do that, then commit to that and follow through. That's the most important part. Following through.
If you're suppressing people's right to say you can vote at a certain time, you cannot do this, you cannot go out, it's not like it's improving, it's making it worse. We should be adding to it to make it better, make it easier, open more polls, more location, make it easier for the elderly, not trying to tie your hand and blindfold you and tell you to go vote. That's making it worse. That's like going back to the, I didn't want to say slavery.
Biden's urging Congress to pass 2 federal measures to do just that. He's also expanded the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice to challenge state voting restrictions in the courts. President Biden has tasked his Vice President Kamala Harris with leading his administration's efforts to protect ballot access, calling it a top priority of his presidency. Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera, Philadelphia.